Hello everyone, this is Whitebox here with another game of Spirit Island. This one's going to be a little bit special. Rather than using official content, I'm going to be playing with two fan-made spirits. So these are custom content. So I'll throw it in the description as well, but just to kind of complete the disclaimer here, these spirits are not officially endorsed by Spirit Island. They are fan-made content, and it's just for fun, just to kind of test these out. The first one here I've wanted to play for a while. It's called Shimmering Traces of Madness, and I apologize, I don't remember who created this spirit, but I'll go ahead and throw it in the description. But this one's got a really cool kind of idea. They are all about fear and madness. Their special rules are Madness. The Madness deck is made from the fear cards that are not used in setting up the fear deck, and resolve cards from the Madness deck are placed in the fear discard. If the Madness deck is emptied, shuffle all resolved fear cards together to make a new Madness deck. So they have some abilities that let them use the use the fear cards that are not in the fear kind of pile to affect the invaders, which is really cool. I like that idea a lot, and I've wanted to play the spirit for a while, so I'm gonna test it out finally for right now. And I apologize, these boards are in black and white. My color printer's not working, so did what I could. So I'm going to go ahead and read the description of this spirit, and then I'll go into the next one. So when the Dahan first came to the island, some stumbled sideways onto the waves of madness. The other spirits warned the Dahan away from the doors which open onto its realm. So, for centuries, it has been quiescent. Quiescent? Now the newcomers do not know what to avoid and where not to go. Madness waits in its dark dimension, a realm utterly unlike the island. The gap between dimensions is wide, but its influence on the island is slowly growing. As invaders catch small glimpses of its alien world, it draws closer still. The other spirits aren't sure what will become of Madness once the invaders are driven off the island, but desperate times demand strange allies. So the spirit's going to be pretty much all about fear, generating lots of fear. It can also add strife, so it's good with strife as well. So I'm going to be trying to control the invaders, stopping Ravages using Strife, and generating fear to get extra fear cards from the Madness deck, which will be pretty neat. So I'll figure out how they play when I actually get started. And then the second spirit that I'm doing, second custom spirit here, is Island Tranquility Soothes the Soul. So this one was recently created. I saw it on Reddit from RanaktheGreen, so give credit where credit is due. And it caught my attention here. I've kind of toyed with the idea of having a spirit that was non-violent for a while, and this one seems really well designed for that. It uses isolates a lot. It uses action skips, so it's going to be trying to just control and stall. And I think my plan for winning this game is going to be stalling with these two spirits while Shimmering Traces of Madness pushes for a fear victory. But we'll see. So I don't think there's like a description of that spirit here, but the thematic intention as written here on Reddit was it's a spirit that focuses on feeling of ease and beauty that comes from a perfect locale. Looks to slow the invaders down and slowly convert them away from the hustle and bustle of invader life, and instead just exist on the island. So I'll go ahead and be playing that. I also kind of messed up the scale of my cards, so its cards are pretty big, but I'll keep them separate from the others. And just to kind of test these spirits out, I've never played them before. I'm going to be playing against Brandenburg-Prussia, so there are fewer rules that I have to remember, and I'm going to be going in right away against Brandenburg-Prussia level 4, so if I lose, that's okay, but I'm going to go ahead and give level 4 a shot right off the bat. So I think I'm all set up and good to get started. Like I said, these are totally new to me, so I don't know what I'm doing yet, so I'll just kind of look over everything, and it'll be kind of a first-time run-through, so if you're watching this, bear with me as I kind of read through what these spirits actually do. So for Shimmering Traces of Madness, I have, let's see, it looks like 5 growth options, and it's a pick 2. So I can reclaim cards, gain a power card, add a presence to a land without my presence, move a presence at a range of 2, or gain 3 energy. So I'm probably going to want to add presence. Getting the 2 card plays usually pretty good. I think I will gain a minor power. Let's see, I have 1 energy. How expensive are my cards? Let's see, I've got a 0 cost, a 0 cost, a 1 cost, and a 2 cost. So I don't think I need the 3 energy just yet. I'll probably gain a minor power. That seems good. My options are Inflame the Fires of Life, Twilight Fog Brings Madness, that seems thematic, and Gold's Allure. One thing I should probably do before I do any of this is my initial explore. I apologize. Apologies, I forgot that. The initial explore is in Jungle. So I'll throw my first 4 invaders here in their jungles. So with that in mind, let's see what makes sense. So as far as elements go, it looks like this spirit's going for moon, air, water, and sun for its innates. And speaking of its innates, the first innate here is Portal of Madness. It's fast, targets myself, costs 2 moon and 1 air. Draw the top card from the Madness deck and resolve the Terror level 1 effect. Effects and lands apply only on boards with my Sacred Sites. It's only going to be on board B for right now. If the card refers to each player, only count players whose spirits have presence in one of my lands. Okay. And then Terror level, the second level effect is apply the Terror level 2 effect, and the third level is the Terror level 3 effect, but I won't be getting those for a while. And then from a place outside of time, if I have 3 sun, I can turn the top card of the Madness deck face up to see what it is. So I think my goal is going to be to get a Sacred Site on board F, on Island Tranquility's board, and make sure that I have some of Island Tranquility's presence in Madness's lands. That way I can actually use those effects. So right now I don't have a lot of range to move stuff around. But I do have a fast gather, which is going to be good. And a slow strife. So those will let me take care of 2 lands right away. So I think I want to go to 2 card plays. This will also get me a Madness card. So with my Gain Power card, Growth 2, I think Twilight Fog Brings Madness is perfect. It's got exactly the right elements that I need for this spirit, and you know, it's got Madness in the name, so I like that. So that's going to be great. And then I will add a presence. I want to get to 2 card plays. 2 land without my presence. Let's go ahead and throw it. I kind of want to get over here, but it's a little far away, so I'll go ahead and put it there. It's going to be a while before I get a Sacred Site on this board, just because of the way the growth works. I guess I could move a presence instead, but either way it's gonna be tough. So yeah, that'll be the play. Then next turn I can add a presence here, move that in. By turn 3 I'll have a Sacred Site on each board. That's not too bad. Okay, I get 1 energy, and then I'm gonna go ahead and play Dark Whispers, Lure the Unwary, and Confrontation with Terrible Infinities. And that'll let me deal with both those lands on my board, which is fine. Okay, so that's good. Alright, so he's all set. Let me go ahead and take a look at Island Tranquility Soothes the Soul. So like I said, Island Tranquility, very much about stalling, has a lot of isolates, a lot of skips, so I'm going to be trying to do stuff with that. I definitely want to add some presence, and I can isolate one of my lands, which is cool. I could potentially prevent an explore. So let's go ahead and I think I want to go in there and isolate that land just in case they explore mountain next turn. I can stop them from exploring there, and then I don't have to worry about a potential cascade in a couple turns. I think it's usually good to get to 2 card plays. So let me see what I actually have to do here. So Offerings to the Island of Plenty gets me energy for Dahan in my lands, which I don't have right now. Bask in the Evening Sun, skip Ravage actions, don't need that. Taken by Island Life, replaces invaders with Dahan. Again, Sacred Site 0 range though, so I don't have that. And gather up to 2 Dahan and cities. So Lure of the Untouched Lands is really the only one that's going to do anything this turn, so I can just go 1 card play. Oh, I have to add a presence to a land without blight, so I can't even go in there. Okay, interesting. Well, let's go ahead and go in here, because I know that that's where Shimmering Traces of Madness is going to be going eventually. So I think that that's the play. And if I go in there, I can convert that town to a Dahan, which would be nice. Not this turn. Sacred Site. I'm gonna forget that. Okay. Cleansing Drizzles, Slow Power Gather, needs sun and water. Okay. Just 1 sun, 1 water. Cool. I don't really love that because I would be in 2 wetlands, and if it's a wetlands explore next, that could be an issue, potentially. So let's not go in that land. I think I might go into this mountain instead. Gets me into a land with some Dahan, and I might be able to kind of shuffle stuff around with the gather. So let me go into land 6 there. Going top track. Cool. That land is also isolated now. Oh, it's isolate 1 of my lands, so I could isolate either of them, I guess. I'll go ahead and isolate one with my Sacred Site instead. And then I will play Lure of the Untouched Lands. Hopefully that comes across pretty clearly. I also get 1 energy, which I'm not using. My growth option was growth 2. Okay. So those are my card plays. I'm going to go straight into fast powers. I don't have, let's see. My fast powers for Island Tranquility, I have some Kisses, which lets 1 invader not participate in any Ravage actions this turn. But I don't have any Ravage that's happening, so that doesn't matter. And then looking at Shimmering Traces of Madness, I have a couple fast actions. So first I'm going to use Dark Whisper's Lure the Unwary on this land here to gather 1 Explorer, and that generates 2 fear. Then I also have 2 moon and 1 air, so I can do Portal of Madness. So I'm going to draw the top card from my Madness deck and resolve the Terror Level 1 effect. So I got Dahan Threaten. Each player adds 1 strife in a land with Dahan. It only applies on board B, and each player is just me, because I don't have any Island Tranquility presence in my lands. So I just get to add 1, but that is okay. So let's see, I don't think I have to worry about board 8, or land 8, so I'll go ahead and throw it into land number 3. So those are fast powers. Now I go into an event, or into the Invader Phase rather, flip an event just to keep timing, but don't do anything with it, and then go to the Invader Phase. So they're going to build a town up here, town here, and lose that. And then exploring mountains. Okay. Guessed wrong, but that's alright. Oh yeah, that's fine. Okay. So potentially an issue, but we'll see what happens. Okay, and then it goes to slow powers. So slow powers here. I'm going to use Confrontation with Terrible Infinities on land 8 to go ahead and add a strife there. And that gets me 2 fear as well. Now the other thing that I don't think I talked about so far is they have the Mad Fear Nothing. When one of my powers would do 2 or more fear in a land, you may add strife instead. Reduce the amount of fear by 2 for each strife that you add, and fear from destroying towns and cities does not count, so it's just your powers. But I'm not going to do that, I want the fear, so I'm going to keep that going. And Island Tranquility, I have Cleansing Drizzles. So at a range 1, I can gather 1 Explorer and 1 Dahan. I can clear out one of those mountains. Actually, I can clear out both. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to use Cleansing Drizzles on this land here, land 1, and gather 1 Explorer and 1 Dahan. I'll probably let land 5 go, we'll see. And then with Lure of the Untouched Lands, I'm going to target land number 7 to gather up to 2 Explorers or Towns, and gather up to 2 Dahan. Kind of like the Lure of the Deep Wilderness card that just pulls everything in, which is cool. So let's go ahead and gather 1 Explorer and 1 Town and 2 Dahan. I guess I could do this town instead, just to clear out the interior. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Alright, and I think that's it. I'm good to take back my markers here, discard cards, and go into turn 2. So turn 2, I think I'm going to go ahead and do Grow 3 again with Shimmering Traces of Madness. I'd like to go, let's see, if I go for the Sun, I'll have 3 Sun, and I'll be able to see what the Madness card is. I'm not sure how useful that is, though. But I guess that happens in the slow phase, so I'll be able to see what it does for next turn. But I kind of need energy for that as well. I'm only going to have 1 this turn, and I need 2? No, I don't really need 2. Push 1 to Han. Okay. Yeah, that might be alright. So let's see. So I'm adding a presence. Let's go ahead and add into here to get onto board F. And then I'll move my presence there as well. I thought it would take me until turn 3, but turn 2, yeah, it seems alright. Go ahead and get in there. So now I have a Sacred Site on both boards, which means that my Madness deck effects do apply to both boards. But if the card refers to each player, only count players whose spirits have presence in one of my lands. Fortunately, I can go ahead and get there this turn. So if I do 2 range again, which I will, let's go ahead and go for 2 card plays now. Yeah. I'll add a presence over yonder, so I can get in on board, or on land 3. And, okay, yep. I'll get 1 energy for each spirit. For Shimmering Traces of Madness, I'm going to play Twilight Fog Brings Madness, and Spirit Speakers Heed Old Warnings. And then if I go over to Island Tranquility Soothes the Soul, what's my game plan here? If I can get them to skip Ravage actions there, it'll be nice. So if I can play 2 Sun, should be easy. All my cards have Sun, and I have a Sun element exposed on my board. So I'll be able to at least stop one of the Blight from going in there. So maybe I can do both. Could be nice. Not necessary, though. Yeah, I think I can give up one of those Ravages. It should be fine. So let's start getting some energy. I'm going to play Offerings to the Island of Plenty and Taken by Island Life. Let's see. Put this face down. Have to remember which one's my discard and which one's not. Okay. So those were pretty cheap. And I think I'm good to go. So going into the Invader Phase, I have a couple fast powers. Let's see what I have. So I have 3 Sun on Shimmering Traces of Madness, which means I do have From a Place Outside Time. It's a slow power though, so I don't have to worry about that just yet. My cards are both slow, but I do have 2 moon and 1 air. So moon on this, and air, and a moon on Spirit Speakers, which means that I do have Portal of Madness. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the top fear card and resolve its effect at level 1. So each player removes 1 explorer from a land with Dahan. And since it's each player, because I have an island Tranquility presence in Shimmering Traces of Madness' land, I can do that with both and do it on both islands. So the ones that I want to remove, I'm just going to stop the build here. I'll remove both of those. Do that twice. That was from Tall Tales of Savagery. It doesn't have to be a different land. Alright, then I go into an event. My event here is smaller ports spring up on each board with exactly 1 coastal city, which is both. Add 1 town to a coastal land without cities. Okay. So, I don't know. I mean, this is probably going to Ravage. Maybe I can stop it next turn. So I'll put that in there, and put it in there. Maybe a little dangerous, but I'll see what I can do. Stricken. Invaders, inlands with disease or strife, invaders skip Ravage actions. Boo, one of them to Ravage up here, but that's okay. And then settlers encroach too far, and each board choose a land with town and Dahan. Push 1 town per 2 Dahan there. Okay. Oh, I'll go ahead and push this one out so that they've still Ravaged there, and we'll at least kill that explorer. Shouldn't matter that that town's in that wetlands. And on this board here, I don't really want to push something out, so I'll choose this land, and there's only 1 Dahan there, so I can't push, because I want to keep that town there. Okay. So that's that. Then I go into the Ravage. So they'll Ravage here. One of these Dahan will take a damage, but they'll fight back and kill that guy. Nothing here. Oh, I forgot I have Sun's Kisses. Excuse me. So Sun's Kisses is range 1. 1 invader does not participate in any Ravage actions this turn. I would have targeted this land here and stopped this guy from participating in Ravages to the city, that is. So I actually have the 2nd level, so it's also invaders do not build in target land. That's pretty good. So not building or ravaging. Well, this invader's not ravaging here. Yeah, I didn't use the other one, so that's fine. So this one, they're only doing 1 damage, not enough to blight the land. Take that back. And then they will blight land 5, but I think that's okay. Then they'll go ahead and build in mountains. So cleared out most of the mountains. They'll just lose that disease. And then I get my stage 3 card, so they will explore back into mountains and wetlands, which is actually okay, because 2 of those mountains should be taken care of. And then this one potentially is an issue, but I'll deal with that. And then wetlands as well, which is alright. A little dangerous here, but I'll figure that out. Okay, so that was the invader turn. Now I go to slow powers. So slow powers, let's see. I have offerings to the Island of Plenty, and taken by Island Life. So first I'm going to use taken by Island Life. I only have the 1 sacred site. I'm going to replace this town with a Dahan. And then I'm going to use offerings to the Island of Plenty there, and gain 1 energy for every 2 Dahan in target land. No, I didn't get the 4th one up, but I do get 1 energy from that. Oh, it's a fast power. Sorry guys, I missed that completely, but it's only worth 1 energy regardless of where I use it, so that's fine. That's good to know that that's a fast power, because that can potentially help with events. Okay. And then on Shimmering Traces of Madness, I'm going to add a Strife and push 1 Dahan. Let's see where I want to do that. This land, potentially an issue. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and add that there and push this Dahan into land 4. And then assuming I don't get anything that adds invader damage, 3 of the mountains are going to be taken care of, which is good. And then I have Spirit Speakers heed old warnings, so I can push to Dahan and generate 1 fear. It's at 1 range, so I can't do it up in land 8 anymore, which is what I wanted to do. So there's not really a great place, to be honest. Can't really use it in land 2 either. Maybe. No, I don't think that'd be great. Well, let's target land any. So I'll just target this land. There's no Dahan that I want to push, so I'll just target any land and use it for 1 fear. Not great, but that is what it is. And I can turn the top card of the Madness deck face up. It is Isolation. So I'm going to be able to remove 1 explorer or town from a land where it's the only invader. And then I also have Cleansing Drizzles, a bunch of slow powers here. So what level of Cleansing Drizzles do I have? Just the first level. I can gather 1 explorer and 1 Dahan. So let's do it. I'll target this land here and gather this explorer and this Dahan. Right over there. Okay. So that's all my slow powers. I'm going to discard cards and go on to turn 3. So I've only got 1 card left with each of these spirits. It might be time for a reclaim. I can probably push off the reclaim with Shimmering Traces of Madness, unless I wanted to go up to 3 card plays, but I don't think I need to. Ravage in Mountains is going to happen, but there's not really much that I can do about that unless I stop it with Island Tranquility, Soothes the Soul, which I might be able to do, because I can have them skip Ravage actions at a range of 1. But to do that, I do have to add a presence. So, unfortunately, that does kind of mess with my card plays, but I think it's probably alright. Yeah, I think I can get away with only playing 1 card this turn. So let's go bottom track to unlock that water. And it's range 2. Put 1 away. So let's see, I'll go up to land number 1 up there. Okay. That's growth 2. I can isolate 1 of my lands as well. So let's go ahead and isolate that land. So if they get coastal or wetlands, I can stop them from moving in there. And then I get 1 energy. And I'll go ahead and play my last card, which is Bask in the Evening Sun. Costs 2 energy. Alright. And with Shimmering Traces of Madness, I think I might reclaim and also add a presence. Now, do I want to go to 3 card plays? I do have 3 free cards, which is nice. Yeah, that'll be cool. So I'm going to go down bottom track, go for 3 card plays. I will add this presence. Let's see, it's somewhere where I don't have presence. let's go ahead and do it over here. So that was grow 3. And then I'll reclaim cards. This might kind of stick me in a reclaim loop, though. I don't know if that's necessarily great. But I can gain a power card next turn and gain energy. So that should be alright. Okay. I get 1 energy. Yeah, a reclaim loop when you're at 1 energy per turn and 3 card plays is not necessarily great, but the cards are okay. So I think I can do some good stuff. And I'll just play my 3 free cards, which is Confrontation with Terrible Infinities, Spirit Speakers Heed Old Warnings, and Twilight Fog Brings Madness. So I think I'm good to go. So I'm going to go into fast powers. So with fast powers, I'm going to use Bask in the Evening Sun on this land here, so that invaders skip Ravage actions there. I have 2 sun and 2 water, so I can also make it so one invader does not participate in Ravage. I don't really care about that because I want all those other Ravages to go through. And then I have Cleansing. Nope, that's all I have. So that's my fast powers. And then with Shimmering Traces of Madness, my power cards are all slow. I do have, let's see, 3 moon, 2 air, and 1 water. So that's going to get me a 2nd level effect from Isolation, which is pretty good. Alright, so let's do that. So from my Madness deck, I get Isolation. I have the 2nd level of it. So each player removes 1 explorer or town from a land with 2 or fewer invaders. So let's go ahead and remove this town here. And I'll remove, unfortunately, I can't do it where it has 3 or fewer. So I'll remove this town as well. So get a couple towns out. Alright. So now I'm going to go into the Invader Phase. Do I have 3 sun? I do. So I get to look at the top card. Oh, that's slow. I'll remember this eventually. First time playing either of these spirits. So I'm going to an event. I'm in stage 2, so local diaspora. In the single land with the most invaders, push 1 explorer or town to each adjacent land. Cool. So that's going to be a tie for 3, which is interesting actually because I can clear out one of those wetlands. So let's go ahead and, which one do I want to do? Probably the one where I don't have presence, just because that might be easier to deal with. So I'm going to do it in this land here, and push this town into here, this town into my land, and that explorer up there. And then Beast Prowl. Each beast generates 1 fear if invaders are present, and moves to an adjacent land if not, so that's 2 fear. And then Forsake the Barren Land. On each board, push 2 to Han from a land with Blight to a land without Blight. I don't like that. I didn't actually want that to happen. Well, let's push this guy over here, and this guy push into there. Just stack stuff up. No, I'm going to do it into this land instead. I won't have that growth option for getting energy yet. I will soon. So, okay. Not great. I wanted them to destroy that, but that's okay. Okay. So that's the event. Still no fear card. I've resolved 3, but they were all from Madness. Nothing of my own. So I'm going to go into the Invader Phase. So they're going to Ravage in mountains. So right here, they're doing 1 damage. We'll fight back and do 4. Kill both of those. And that does get me my first real fear card. The control I have with these spirits is very good so far. Even though I haven't actually generated a lot of fear or killed much. Just good control overall. They'll skipping Ravage there. They will Ravage here, but not enough to kill it. And then right here, again, 1 Dahan takes the damage. But they'll fight back and kill it. Build in mountains and wetlands. So I'll build there, unfortunately. I'll build there. The others are empty. No build, no build. I will build a city here. And a town there. Okay. And then stage 2 card, coastal lands. Cool. So one of those is isolated. That's up in the land 1. But the others all get explorers. Okay. Going to slow powers, so I have a bunch here. So first of all, I have Cleansing Drizzles, second level. So I can gather 1 Explorer and 1 Dahan, and also gather 1 Town and 1 Dahan. So where do I want to do that? Let's see, it's range 1. Land any. So I can clear out that coastal. Yeah, so I'm going to target this land here. I'll gather 1 Explorer, 2 Dahan, and 1 Town. Then I have 3 cards for Shimmering Traces of Madness. I can also see what the top card of the Fear deck is, so the Madness deck rather. It's going to be Dahan Reclaim Fishing Grounds. If I can get the second level, each player chooses a different land, coastal land, and each gather up to 1 Dahan, and then 1 damage per Dahan. So that'll be good. I might be able to kill everything in there. Yeah, so that'll be nice. Okay, so to that end, let's see, I've got Confrontation with Terrible Infinities. Let's go ahead and add a Strife. Into this land. I think I've got a plan. I also can use, so it also does 2 fear there. Instead of the 2 fear, I'm going to add an additional Strife. So that was Confrontation with Terrible Infinities. Then I'm going to use Spirit Speaker's Heed All Old Warnings to push 2 Dahan from here into land 3. And generate 1 fear. And I also have Twilight Fog brings Madness. Let's do that. Let's see, Ravage Mountains and Wetlands, so let's go ahead and do it in here. Okay. So that's all my cards. I'm good to go. Alright, so now I'm going to have to reclaim with Island Tranquility, Soothes the Soul, so let me do that. I also gain a power card. Don't have a lot of energy right now, but I think I will be able to get energy soon. For right now, though, I'm going to get a minor. Unfortunately, you only get cards on the reclaim, which is interesting. But, yeah, I don't want a major just yet. So I've got Call to Guard. That's a nice one. Domesticated Animals go Berserk. Desiccating Winds and Teeming Rivers. Teeming Rivers has great elements for this spirit. But it is just kind of stalling. Call to Guard is pretty nice. So I'm between Teeming Rivers and Call to Guard. let's see, I think I'm going to go Call to Guard. Just makes more sense with how Jahan-centric I am. Let's stick with that. I get 1 energy, 2 card plays. So I could again have them skip Ravage actions. Feels like stalling though. I could just let the Ravage go through and skip it next turn instead. When I actually have energy to get. Taken by Island Life is pretty nice. I do have to worry about that Ravage. But I think I'll be alright there. So let's see, I like taking with Island Life. I can get more Dahan in the game. Potentially, unless they all die, but I think I'll be alright. Let's see, 3 damage, 6 damage back. I might just all die. So maybe I won't even be able to do that. Yeah, but I can gather stuff, so I think it'll be alright. Okay, yeah, I'll do that, and Lure of the Untouched Lands. And I think that'll be good. Okay, now I go over to Shimmering Traces of Madness. I definitely want to gain a power card, so let's gain a minor. Dark Entangled Woods is nice. 2 fear. Lure of the Unknown. Dire Metamorphosis or Hazard spread across the island. Let's see, 2, that'll let me deal with that potentially. Dark Entangled Woods is pretty nice, but I think I will go with Lure of the Unknown. It's a 0 cost, which is going to be nice, because that means I don't have to gain the energy. I can just go for the presence. I don't think I need that water. Getting me 2 energy per turn is probably better. So let's go add a presence to a land without my presence. Just range 1. I'll go into here. Can't really deal with that corner right now, so actually I'm going to go up over yonder. Okay. Is that the play? Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and play my 3 cards. I get 2 more energy this turn. So I'll play Fractured Minds, draw out Violence, Lure of the Unknown, and Dark Whispers, Lure the Unwary. That costs 3 energy. Okay. Now I go into the fast phase. So fast phase here, I have Sun's Kisses, so one invader does not participate in any Ravage actions this turn. I'm going to target this explorer with that. He's not going to participate in actions. I'll put him on the number 7, so I remember that. Lure of the Unknown, 2 range. I'm going to target land 8 and gather 1 town there. Actually, I know what Madness card is coming. What level Madness do I have? I have 3 moon, 2 air, and 1 water. So I do have the 2nd level. So it's going to be doing a bunch of damage. No, that's still okay. I'll still gather there. Okay. And then I have Dark Whispers, Lure the Unwary. So let's gather 1 Explorer. So let's just gather this guy in here and do 2 Fear. Let's see. Alright, now I have Portal of Madness. So my Madness card this turn is going to be Dahan Reclaim Fishing Grounds. I have the 2nd level. Each player chooses a different coastal land, and each gather up to 1 Dahan, and then 1 damage per Dahan. So, right here, gather that guy. 1 damage per Dahan. Kill both of those. Right here, don't have a Dahan to gather, but I can do 2 damage. 3 damage, rather. And I'll do 1 to the city. Okay. So that was my Madness card. And now I go to an event. Event here, still healthy, so Wounded Lands attract Explorers. On each board, add 1 Explorer to a land with Blight. Okay, well, at least I don't have to add it in here, because that would be really bad. So, add those there. And then, Beast Chase Off Homesteaders. On each board, push up to 2 Explorers or 1 town from a land with Beasts. Okay, I'll just keep stacking up in there. Gets a town away from the edge of the island. And, on this board here, I'm not going to do that. So, it's up to you. And then Raiding and Retaliation. In each land with towns and cities, plus 1 damage per Dahan, or excuse me, 1 damage per Dahan, then each surviving town city deals 1 damage to Dahan, but defend and strife effects apply normally. Interesting. Okay. So that might be a problem in land number 3. But we'll see what happens. Okay. So in each land with towns and cities, so that's only going to be this land. So I do 1 damage per Dahan. So I'll do 2 damage to the city, which gets me 2 fear, and 1 damage to one of these towns. And then the towns deal 1 damage to each Dahan. 1 damage to Dahan, but defend and strife apply normally. I don't know if that means that the strife comes off, or if they just do 0 damage but the strife doesn't come off. Let me look that up real quick, as I don't think that I've ever had that come up. So Raiding and Retaliation. Raising. Because it does matter a lot this turn. So meaning of strife applies normally. Yes, it would. Okay. Yeah, so that's going to be an issue. I'll lose a couple presents, but it should be alright. So the strife come off. But the Dahan takes 0 damage. Not great, but it is what it is. Okay. And then I get a fear card, still terror level 1. Each player chooses each player removes 1 explorer from a land with beasts, disease, or at least 2 Dahan. Okay. So it's only this land. I guess I don't really want to remove the explorers though. But it doesn't say may, it says I have to. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'll remove both of those. Depart the dangerous land. Okay. Now I go into the Ravage. So they're gonna ravage in Wetlands. 3 of the Wetlands are empty. This one, unfortunately, they lost the strife, so they will do damage. I will get a blight here, lose 2 presence, which is very sad. And 2 of these Dahan will die. And then the remaining Dahan will go ahead and fight back and kill the healthy one. So that's 1 fear. That event hurt me quite a bit, but that's alright. And also mountains. So there, do that and that. Building coastal. Get a town up here. City there, which I was hoping to avoid. Town there, nothing there. And then explore into mountains again. I've got mountains quite a bit. And then I get the escalation, so add a town to a land without a town. Or city. Oh no, just without a town. Okay. I'll add it back in here. And then, no, actually, I'll add it in there, because I can do a thing. Okay, now I go to slow powers. So, I do have cleansing drizzles at the 2nd level. And then I also have Lure of the Untouched Lands. Range 0 though. So, let's go ahead and do Lure of the Untouched Lands. I will gather a town and explorer into here. Cleansing drizzles. I'll gather an explorer in town from there. Alright, and then I'll go ahead and replace one of these towns within Dahan. So that was Island Tranquility. Next is going to be Shimmering Traces of Madness. I have Fractured Minds draw out Violence. Yeah, I can still kind of work with this. So I'm going to target this land here, add a strife, and then do 1 damage per strife in target land, which is just 1. But this town was already damaged, so I only need 1. And that gets me a fear. I also have Dark Whispers, Lure the Unwary, and I do have 3 Sun, so I get to see what my next Madness card is. It's going to be Nerves Fray, so each player adds 2 strife and a single card matching a Ravage card if I hit level 2. Hello.
Hi.
I'm playing with some custom spirits.
That's very nice. Got to go some.
Oh yeah, we do. You're right. What you doing? Oh, sounds good. Alright, so that was Fractured Minds draw out Violence. Dark Whispers is fast, so I don't have that, so I'm good. Let me go ahead and pull these back. I think I'll do 1 more turn, and then take a break if I don't win, which I'm not going to in that 1 turn. So, let's take those back. Let's see, Ravage and Coastal, Building in Mountains. So that one's still an issue, but that's fine. I can skip it, so. Okay, so resetting things here. Now I do have to reclaim on Shimmering Traces of Madness. energy per turn, because that's kind of the sweet spot for when majors become good. So let's do that. I'll add a presence to land without my presence. Ooh, I need a sacred site here. Yeah, that's more important. So I'm gonna move a presence. Range 2. So I'll go there. Alright. 2 energy from growth. I still have 3 card plays. So let's see what I can do. Probably gonna let at least one Ravage go through, but that's totally fine. Let's go with Fractured Minds Draw out Violence still. If I can keep those from building, that would be nice. I'll also go Dark Whispers of the Unwary. And Twilight Fog brings Madness. Call to guard. I don't have much range, but I think I'll be adding a presence somewhere. And I think they clarified, so this gain 1 energy per land with Dahan and Invaders, that's where you have presence, so it would only get me 1 energy right now. So let's get some isolates. So I'm going to do growth 2. Add a presence to land without blight. Let's go in here. I will isolate this land and this land. Actually, mountain's not going to come up. I kind of want to let them get into this land potentially. So let's isolate that one. Okay. I'm just getting 1 energy again. Great. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And I'll play Offerings to the Island of Plenty and Bask in the Evening Sun. Okay. So, going into Fast Powers. Let me pay for all my cards. Did I get my 2 energy here? I think I did. Hi. Alright, so Dark Whispers of the Unwary. I'm going to target this land. Gathers 1 Explorer. And then 2 Fear. And then I've got Portal of Madness. I've got 3 Moon, 2 Air, and 1 Water. So that's going to be level 2. So I get to do Nerves Fray. Each player adds 2 Strife and a single land not matching a Ravage card, which is pretty good. Let's go ahead and do that in here. fray. I've got Offerings to the Island of Plenty, so gain 1 energy for every 2 Dahan on target land. That's 2 energy. And Invaders skip Ravage actions, which is going over there. So they're skipping the Ravage in that land. Then I've also got Sun's Kisses. I think I have 3 sun and 1 water. I have 3 sun and 2 water. 3 sun and 3 water, actually. So much water. It's hard to tell with the black and white cards. So I can do Invaders do not build in target land. That's range 1. And one invader does not participate in Ravage this turn. Alright, well, I don't really have a great place for that, so I'll just target this land as well. Well, no, I'll target this land, just in case I get a good fear card. So this city's not going to participate in Ravage. And they're going to build there. It's unlikely. So. Okay, so I get an event. Numinous Crisis. The spiritual energy of the island weakens as life's connections grow ever more tattered. You may draw strength from it while you can. Remove 1 blight per player from the blight card. Then if the blight card is not flipped, keep removing blight until it flips. Gain 3 energy per blight removed. Divided as evenly as possible among all spirits. Or we can pour our strength into the island. Each spirit either pays 3 energy, forgets 2 power cards, or returns 1 presence to their presence tracks. Add 1 blight per spirit to the blight card from the box. I don't have much energy. So I think I'm going to do draw strength from it while I can. Remove these 2 blight. And flip the blight card. And I get Promising Farmlands. That's what I got last time. I definitely shuffled this. So, I'm just not very good at shuffling, apparently. So immediately, add 1 city and 1 town to an inland land with no cities and towns on each board. So I'll do that here. And I don't have great ones. I'll do it up there in the corner. Okay. But I do get 3 energy on each spirit. Okay. Plagues bring fear and death. I have no disease, so that doesn't matter. And when invaders ravage, if the land has Dahan, defend 2. Okay. Fear card. Level 1 still. Each player adds 1 strife and land with or adjacent to beasts. Let's just keep... Oh, wait, those are beasts. What am I doing? We will do a lot of damage in that land, eventually. Alright. And then I go to a Ravage. So they will still Ravage there. It's fine. This one's skipped. This one, it's got, it's doing 1 damage, which isn't enough. And they will take 2 damage, which I'll put on the city. And then, yeah, that's fine. Okay, then they're gonna skip there, so that's everything. Build in mountains. Skipping the build up here, and those 2 are empty. And then explore in sands. I didn't want to isolate that land, so that's good. I was hoping for sands. Okay. An escalation, add 1 to a town, to a land without a town. Which, unfortunately, is a little limited. Don't want to put it into either of the... Yeah, well, I guess it doesn't really matter because I can pull stuff, so... yeah, we'll do it there. Because I do have Cleansing Drizzles, so I'll be able to pull that away. And on the other board... I'll do it over there. Okay. Now, slow powers, Cleansing Drizzles. Doing it in this land, gathering 1 Explorer and 1 Town. I also have Fractured Minds draw out Violence. I want to kill the city, even though it's a pretty inefficient use of this. I'm going to add 1 Strafe to this Explorer, and then do 1 damage here, which kills the city and gets me 2 fear. And then I have Twilight Fog brings Madness. So I'll go ahead and add a Strafe over yonder. And I can also turn the top of my Madness card face up. It's going to be Tread Carefully. So each player may choose a land with Dahan or adjacent to at least 3 Dahan. Invaders do not ravage there this turn. Not going to be that useful. Alright. And that's my turn. Let's see, I reclaim, so I have that. Okay, so let's turn my decks face down. And I'm going to go ahead and take a break right here. I've got to go. So I'll pick this back up in, when I get back. It's going to be a nice seamless transition. So let me go ahead and do a cut here. Alright, I'm back. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can finish up this game, hopefully with a win. And during that break, I kind of realized that I haven't been working towards any sort of win condition. I'm still 2 fear cards off of Terror level 2. There's a lot on the board. I don't feel like I'm in danger of losing to Blight. My control's been really good. I just haven't been generating much fear or killing a lot. I've just been kind of moving stuff around and keeping things from happening. So it could be an issue with the spirits that I chose. They're both kind of control spirits. Or it could just be that I didn't really have a game plan going in. But I'm going to see if I can try to come up with something to win this game. And it's probably going to be majors. At some level. So let me go ahead and reset my growth options here and figure out what I'm going to do to get through this. So with Island Tranquility Soothes the Soul, I don't really want to reclaim and gain a power card. I just don't think it's super useful at the moment. So what I will probably do is, let me take back some of these markers. Try to get some energy up so that I can get a major on the reclaim and hopefully start clearing out some of these lands, which are an issue. I do need my Ravage skip, which I do have, so I'm set on this Ravage. I'm not going to have a Cascade, so I don't have to worry about that. They are going to build a couple of cities, but can't do much to stop that, so that's okay. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and add a presence. Let's see, do I want bottom track or top track? I'm not going to get much out of that except for elements. The elements are nice. And that's actually going to get me another full skip. So, yeah, I can do that. I'll have a couple of skips this turn. So let me go for 3 card plays. I'm going to go from bottom track. Add 0 range here. So this is using growth 3. I'm going to get 2 energy because 2 of my lands have both invaders and Dahan. And then I'm going to play all 3 cards that I have. I get 1 just for tracks. And I'll play Call to Guard, Bask in the Evening Sun, and Offerings to the Island of Plenty. Okay. So that's going to be Island's Tranquility. And as far as Shimmering Traces of Madness goes, I think I need to start getting up to majors as well. I've only got 3 energy, but I can get a bunch. I'm going to have at least 5 this turn. I think if I get to the 3 per turn, that might be better in the long run than just getting 3 energy. Not really sure, though. I would like to get a presence into a... let's see, I will have an each player, but it won't really matter this turn. My Magnus card isn't that good, so that's fine. Don't have to worry about that too much. So 3 energy per turn or gain a major. Let's see, I have good cards. I do think I want to keep growing. So let's go top track, unlock 3 energy. I'll go ahead and add this at 1 range to a land without my presence. I'll go ahead and throw it over there, and I'm going to gain a major. Alright, I've got a good one. Actually, a couple good ones. So I've got Spill Bitterness into the Earth, Manifest Incarnation, and Instruments of Their Own Ruin. Instruments of Their Own Ruin is going to be pretty good. I've already got a lot of strafe out, so that's not bad. And I don't quite have the elements to hit that. Manifest Incarnation also pretty good, and that one I would be able to hit the kicker on, which I like. I'm not currently in a land with a city, but I will be in the slow phase. So that is probably going to be the play. That's 6 energy, which is going to be all my energy, but I think that's alright. And I can actually start getting some fear out. I'll go ahead and forget Dark Whispers Lure the Unwary. I don't think gathering 1 Explorer and doing 2 fear in the fast phase is going to be as worth it anymore. It's still a good card. Maybe it's better than Twilight Fog Brings Madness. No, I don't think so. I'm going to get rid of that one. Okay. I'm not going to have the kicker for Manifest Incarnation this turn, but it's fine. I don't need it. Would be nice. It's an extra 3 fear, but I can get away without it. So I'm going to get 6 energy. Lure of the Unknown, Manifest Incarnation, and Confrontation with Terrible Infinities. Okay, and that's going to be my turn. So that was Gain Power card and add a presence. Alright. So that was that. Now I'm going to go into the fast phase. So my fast phase here, I have Lure of the Unknown. Not really anything useful that I can gather out. I guess I can stop a city from being built there, essentially. So, well, not really, because I don't have a good place to pull it. So yeah, I think it's just played just because I have the elements for it. There's not really a place I want to use that. So that's my fast power. I do have Portal of Madness as well, and my Madness card is Tread Carefully. I think I have the 2nd level. Yes, I do. But each player may choose a land with Dahan or adjacent to at least 3 Dahan. Invaders do not ravage there. So actually that's okay, because I can stop them from ravaging here, which will keep all of those strife tokens on, because it's adjacent to 3 Dahan. And keeping those strife tokens on, gonna be good. I'm gonna be able to do a lot of damage with that. So skipping the ravage there. Fast powers with Island's Tranquility. So let's see, I have the highest level now of Sun's Kisses. So invaders skip all actions in target land and isolate target land. So let me go ahead and use that in... Let's see. I'm gonna skip the Ravage anyway, so I'll do Bask in the Evening Sun right here. So skipping Ravage actions in that mountain. And then with my innate, I'll have them skip all actions in this land, just so they don't build a city. And potentially don't explore there either. And then, let's see, I think those are my fast powers, and then I also have Offerings to the Island of Plenty. I gain 2 energy, or gain 1 energy for every 2 Dahan in target land. I can do it here or here. Either way, it's the same. I get 2 energy. So I'm going to have lots of energy next turn for a major. Well, not lots, but I'll have some energy next turn for a major. And then I also have Call to Guard. Let's go ahead and do that. I don't really have a fantastic place to do that, so I guess I'm just playing it for the elements. Second card, but they're both free, so it's okay. Alright, so that's that. Then I go into an event. I'm on a Blighted Island, so in lands with towns and cities, it takes only 1 damage to add Blight. Doesn't matter, so that's fine. Beast Chase Off Homesteaders. On each board, push up to 2 explorers or 1 town from a land with beasts. And it's not an or. Again, I want them to build a city here, so I'm going to push the explorer instead. And push him into this jungle. And then I have to do it here too. I love that. I'll just push him into this land. Okay. Alright, Careful Defense. When invaders ravage, if the land has Dahan, defend 2. Doesn't matter. Okay. And no fear card. Again. And then I go to the Ravage. So skipping Ravage is here, skipping Ravage is here, 1 damage here, no sounds and cities there, so it's not enough to play the land, and no Ravage there. All good. Build in Sands. So I get a city over there, nothing there, skipping builds there, and I do get a town over there. Alright, and then I get another stage 3 card. I'm running low on turns, so exploring mountains and jungles. Okay. That's a problem. My jungles are messy because I haven't had jungle come up often. I've just been letting things go in there. There and there. Okay, but going into the slow phase, so I can actually do some stuff here. So first, Manifest Incarnation going in this land, so it's 6 fear. So that's 5, 6, gets a fear card. Plus 1 fear for each town and city, which is 2. And each of my presence, which is 2. So 4 more fear in addition to that. Okay. Remove 1 city and 1 town and 1 explorer if there were one. And then Invaders Ravage. So they are not going to ravage there. And Manifest Incarnation is going to be very useful this game. I'm going to probably play that again next turn. Not going to be able to. Won't have the energy for it. Oh well. Not any lands where I need it. Okay, that's fine. So that's okay. But that was a slow power. I also have Confrontation with Terrible Infinities, which is add 1 strife and 2 fear. So let's go ahead and add a strife. Let's see, I'm going to have a lot of damage from strife in that jungle, so that's okay. I think I'll throw that strife. Corner's probably fine, at least fine-ish, so I'll throw it in there. And that's 2 fear. I kind of need to push for fear and not get the strife, I think, at this point. Alright, and then with Island Tranquility, I have the... I think I have the top level. Let's see, I have 3 water, 2 sun, and 1 leaf. So yeah, I have the top level for that. So Cleansing Drizzles. I can gather some stuff and remove a blight, which is nice. So let's go ahead and gather into this land. Remove that blight. So gather that. Gather that. gather Dahan in there. It's a little risky. Well, I think it's fine. So I'll gather 2 Dahan in there as well. And I get to remove that blight. So that's kind of off. Okay. Discarding cards. I'm going to reclaim with both spirits. I'll go ahead and mark that right away. I'm going to gain a major for Island Tranquility and see if I can do something that's not so tranquil. Maybe Island Tranquility needs to kind of do some more stuff, although I got some fun thematic cards for this. So first, Forest of Living Obsidian. That's a great card. Irresistible Call. Melts Earth into Quicksand. And Dream of the Untouched Land, which is a fun one. So I don't think with the cards that I have I would be able to hit the kicker for Dream of the Untouched Land. Otherwise I would definitely do that. It's not bad on its own. A little expensive for that effect though. Irresistible Call is pretty cool. Can gather tons of stuff into one land. And then of course I can skip a Ravage, so it's not all bad. Six energy, it's okay. And if I can get in there with the Manifest Incarnation, well, problem is I'm not destroying much by doing this, but it does stall even more. And I can hit the kicker for that relatively easily, I think, maybe. Let's see, I've got Lure of the Untouched Land. So yeah, I can hit the kicker for Irresistible Call. This is a tricky decision. Okay. Melt Earth into Quicksand, not fantastic. I think I'm going to go Irresistible Call. And I will forget I need Lure of the Untold Lands. I'd like Taken by Island Life, so I think I'm going to forget Offerings to the Island of Plenty. Actually, no, I do need that one. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to forget Offerings to the Islands of Plenty. Okay, I get 1 energy just from present tracks. And I think I'll save it for next turn. I don't need to use Irresistible Call this turn. So this turn, I'll play... Let's see. Don't need to skip any Ravages. Okay. I need this card for that. Actually don't want to skip a Ravage, so I probably will just play 1 card this turn. It's not great, but that'll let me hit the kicker for Irresistible Call next turn, and that's more important than this turn. I don't want to be stuck in a reclaim, so that's why I'm doing this. It's not fantastic, but it's kind of what I have to do, I think. Okay, so that's that. Next I go over to Shimmering Traces of Madness. So Shimmering Traces of Madness, let's see. I have to reclaim. And for my second action, you know, I can actually do Manifest Incarnation, but I don't have a good land for it right now. I will have a decent one. So maybe it's worth it. Yeah, I think I can. So I'll go for the Manifest Incarnation, because I can do it in that mountain after they build. I'll get 3 more energy, 3 energy for my tracks. Play Manifest Incarnation. Twilight Fog brings Madness. And push 2 to home. No. Confrontation with Terrible Infinities. Okay. I'm very close to hitting the 3rd level. I wonder if that's more worth it. Getting a Terra level 3 effect from the Portal of Madness. It might be. I need 3 air. So I think I'm going to do that. So instead of getting that 3 energy and playing Manifest Incarnation, as much as I would like to play that, I'm going to add a presence from top. I'll throw it somewhere. Let's see, 1 range. Okay. Put it up here. And I'll do Fractured Minds, draw out Violence. And that's gonna help me start clearing some stuff out. So I have 4 moon, 3 air, and shit, I don't have 3 water. 1 away from the 3 water. I think that's still okay. I'm going to push it to level 2 anyway. I'm going to be able to clear out that jungle. I think I'm okay with this. Okay. So with that in mind, I'll still hit the kicker for Manifest Incarnation next turn. Okay, cool. Alright, yeah, that's fine. So let's go ahead and play this out. So I go into Fast Powers. So first Fast Power, I have Portal of Madness. I only have the 2nd level, 1 water away from the 3rd level. And it's going to be 2 level, too many monsters. Each player removes 1 explorer and town from a land with beasts, or 1 explorer from a land adjacent to beasts. So let's go ahead and remove those guys. And I'll remove an explorer adjacent to beasts. That's one of the few things that doesn't have a stripe, so I'll remove that guy. Okay. So that was Madness. Now, fast cards, I do have Sun's Kisses, so I'm going to make it so that this explorer, or this town, does not participate in Ravages this turn. And those are all my fast powers. So I go to an event. My event is Overconfidence. If you have any earned fear cards, discard 2 of them now. Otherwise, move 2 earned fear markers per player to the top of the fear pool. So I'm discarding this one And I guess I'll flip it over. It would have been Panic, which would have been great. Each player adds 1 strife and a land with stuff. For the rest of this turn, invaders have -1 health per strife. Yeah, that would have been fantastic, actually, for how I'm setting this up. Here's what it is. Beast multiply. On each board, add 1 beast to a land adjacent to beast, and then destroy 1 Dahan in a land with beasts. I don't like that part of it. But let's go ahead and do those. And destroy a Dahan. And then when invaders ravage, if the land has both Dahan and presence, defend 5. Well, I guess I choose which invader doesn't participate in Ravage when the Ravage actually happens. So that's okay. I can have them destroy that city or town. Okay. So that's that. No fear card. So I go straight into the Ravage. So nothing there, 1 damage there. Not enough to do anything. And right here, I make it so this Explorer doesn't participate in Ravage. And that's defended 5. Dahan will fight back and kill the town and get me finally to Terror level 2. So that's the Ravage. Next is going to be the build, Mountains and Jungles. So I gotta do some math here, figure out what I'm building. Let's do my... Oh, that's fine. This board first. Another city up over here. And city in there, as I wanted. So that's, and then jungles as well on that board. So board's looking rough. There's a lot of stuff here, but I've got plans. And then explore in mountains and sands. We've got mountains pretty much every turn this game. Into my slow powers. So first up, let's do, I didn't use Manifest Incarnation this turn. That's right. So I do have Fractured Minds draw out Violence. I'm going to go ahead and add a strife into this land. Well, I'm going to destroy that city, so I'm not going to do that there. I'm going to do it under one of these, one of those lovely guys. And then 1 damage per strife in target land. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strife here, so I can do 5 damage. I'll do the city and the 2 explorers. So that's going to be 2 fear. I also have Twilight Fog brings Madness and Confrontation with Terrible Infinities. Let's go ahead and throw some more strife up in that corner. It's going to push stuff out, which I don't really want. But that's okay. Let's see, maybe I'll do it. I'll do my Confrontation with Terrible Infinities there. 2 fear. Twilight Fog brings Madness up in this corner. And that'll push one of these Dahan into this land. And then I've also got Taken by the Island of Life. Replace 1 town or explorer with a Dahan. I'll do it right here. Replace this explorer with a Dahan. And then I also have Cleansing Drizzles. Just the first level, I think. No, I've got the, yeah, just the first level. So gather 1 explorer and 1 Dahan. So I can do it out of here. I'll gather 1 explorer and 1 Dahan. Oh, cat's gonna attack. I thought I closed that door. Okay, so interesting stuff happening here. We go ahead and discard. I'm gonna have to get a lot of fear coming up over these next couple turns. which fortunately I kind of have a lot of, so... Hi, I see you. Okay. So going back to growth. I see you. Yeah. Hi, cat. I'm doing a thing, cat. Relax. I'm gonna kick you out. Okay, so what do I want to do with Island Tranquility? I'm gonna be hitting a Kickered Irresistible Call, which is nice. That's gonna stop some stuff. I only have 2 lands with presence, so I only get 2 energy if I do this one, so I think I'll go from top. Unlock 2 energy per turn. Presence to a land without blight. Let's get over with Magnus. I get to isolate 2 lands. Cat, no. Okay. I'm not really gonna feed him. I lied. It's not dinner time yet, so he's fine. Okay, and I get to isolate 2 lands. So I will isolate one of my lands. Okay. Let's isolate this guy here and this guy here. More likely to come up. Okay. I think I got my 2 energy. So I'm going to go ahead and play Irresistible Call, Call to Guard, and Lure of the Untouched Lands. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's great. So those will be my powers with Island Tranquility. Next, I'm going to go with Shimmering Traces of Madness. I've got a Kickered Manifest Incarnation that I can play, so I will. I don't think I'll be able to hit... Yeah, I can't hit the top level of Portal of Madness. So just so I have a little bit more energy going forward, let's go from top track. I'll throw this guy in here because that's going to be not taking any actions. And I will also gain 3 energy. So I get 7 energy this turn. And I'm going to play Lure of the Unknown, Spirit Speakers, Heed Old Warnings, and Manifest Incarnation. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and take it off. So fast powers, and this is my 3rd to last fast phase, so I gotta start going quick through this fear deck. Unfortunately, I'm generating a lot of fear. So first with Lure of the Unknown, I can gather 1 explorer or town to a land without invaders. Let's just go ahead and gather him in there just to stop that build. Alright. Yeah, no, I've got stuff there, so I'll wait to do that until after I do my stuff with Island Tranquility. So, Island Tranquility. I have the top level of Sun's Kisses, which means I can skip all invader actions in 1 land. Additionally, I have the kicker for Irresistible Call, because I currently have lots of Sun, 3 air, and 2 plant. So I'm going to use Call to Guard on this land here, gather up to 1 Dahan, and then if Dahan are present, I can either defend 1 per Dahan, or after invaders are added or moved to target land, 1 damage to each added or removed invader, and that's the one that I'm going to use. So after invaders are moved to this land, 1 damage to each added or removed invader. Then I'm going to go ahead and use Irresistible Call here with the kicker, which means that I can gather up to 5 towns, 5 Dahan, 5 beasts. So let's go ahead and start. So beasts first, then explorers. So 15 explorers. So 2 from there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm running out of room in this land. And then they're all going to die. So because they all move there, they're all going to take 1 damage. So that was 9 explorers. They're instantly going to die, which is nice. How are you getting in here, Cat? I thought I latched the door. Cat's like a raptor. He's learning how to open doors. Yeah, I know. You're going to be back outside in just a second. Alright, so I did beasts, did explorers. I'm going to do towns, which will all take 1 damage as they are moved in. Probably won't matter, but we'll see. Dahan as well. So that is a crowded jungle. They're also skipping all actions in that land, and it is isolated. I'll do another thing there. Alright, so that was Irresistible Call. Now I'm going to do Lore of the Unknown, and I'll just, well, I'll still do the same thing. I'll just scatter that guy out there. Hi, go away. Alright, I have Portal of Madness. I have the second, no. Actually, I only have the first level. I don't have 2 here. So, first level of Portal of Madness, target level 1 effect of Angry Mobs. Each player may replace 1, oh, that would have been so good if I had gotten a higher level, but that's okay. Each player will replace 1 town with 2 explorers, 1 fear per player who does. Sure, let's do that. So I'll do it over here, just because it's possible that will do a thing. That's a fear. And I'll do that one too. Why not? That's 2 fear. Alright, so that was Lure of the Unknown, Portal of Madness. Sun's Kisses I have at the highest level, so I can skip all actions in a land at a range of 1 as well. Which, let's see, yeah, Ravaging, Jungles and Mountains. I'm going to go ahead and do it in this land. And skip all actions in that coastal mountain. Okay. Alright, so that's my turn. Let's go ahead and go to an event. Life's balance tilts. The energies of life shift towards destruction, bringing wasting and disease to the animals of the island. Death is a part of life, but does this go too far? You may let destruction have its day. On each board, remove 1 beast, add 1 disease. For each board, discard the top minor power, and if it's fast, add a blight. And invaders and Dahan have -1 health this turn. Or we can fortify the resilience of life. Cost is 4 energy per player, aided by animal. On each board, add 1 beast, remove 1 disease. For each board, discard the top minor power, and if it is slow, remove 1 disease. Or remove 1 blight, excuse me. Invaders and Dahan have +1 health this turn. So I think I want to do the first one. I'm not terribly concerned about adding blight, and I like stuff having minus health, just because it'll kill 3 towns right away. So I'm going to do Let Destruction Have Its Day. Let's do board B first. I'll remove this beast. Flip a minor power. It's slow. Call the Dahan ways. No, you're going away. Okay. And then board F, I'll remove this animal. Oh, I add disease too. Let's add that in there. And mountains doesn't really matter. Do it there. And flip, and it's fast. So I do add a disease or a blight. Keep mixing things up. I'll just throw it in that sands. That's fine. And invaders in Dahan have -1 health this turn, so that's going to be good. And 1,000 small struggles on each board with 4 or more towns and cities and 4 or fewer Dahan, which is board B. Add 1 blight to a land without Dahan. I'll do it in there. Okay. And then fear card. Quarantine. Explore does not affect coastal lands, and lands with disease are not a source of invaders when exploring. Okay, cool. We've got a lot of isolated lands, so that's fine. Alright, Ravage. So, they're going to Ravage in mountains, skipping Ravage here. Ravage happens here. They do 1 damage, which is fine. Oh, shit. Well, Dahan have -1 health, so that Dahan just died. And they lose all of these Strife tokens, which is probably not great, actually. I was hoping that Dahan would fight back, but that's alright. I have the kicker. So. Alright. So that's that. Up here, yeah, they're gonna destroy that, which loses me in that presence. I was hoping I could do something up there, but something did not happen. Alright, so that's that board. This one, they're just going to lose all of their Strife. Again, I kind of hope to do something with the Strife, but that's alright. I elected to get Manifest Incarnation instead of Instruments of Their Own Ruin. We'll see if that's the right choice. Here, loses that. And they're skipping actions here, so that's fine. Build in sands and mountains. So they'll just lose that. Skipping all actions here. They will build a town there. And that's that. This board, no build, no build, no build, no build. So it's fine. Alright, second to last explorer of this game, jungles and wetlands. This wetland is isolated. This one is isolated, so no exploration is there. Do get them here. Hi, Mickey. I understand it is a time that you think is dinner time, but it's not. You can wait. Pretty sure. Oh yeah, I don't have my phone with me. That's fine. Alright, so that's that. And now I go into slow phase, which is what I've always wanted. So slow phase here, first of all, I'm going to use Manifest Incarnation on this land. So, or I could do it here. Oh, also these 3 towns died because they lost a health and they had already taken the damage. So that's 3 fear. Which makes me another fear card. So Manifest Incarnation. So it's not a big fear difference using it up there. So I'm going to use it in here. So it's 6 fear. +1 for each town, city, and presence. So that's 4. Another fear card. Then I remove a city, a town, and an explorer. And then I also do 3 fear, because I have the kicker. And invaders do -6 damage on their ravage. So they are ravaging in this land, but doing -6 damage. It's not enough to plate it, so it's fine. For other slow powers, I have Spirit Speakers, Heed Old Warnings. Or do I want to use that? I don't know. Cat, you are annoying me. Okay, I'll do it here and push these guys. That gets me a fear. I also have Lure of the Untouched. Mickey. Come on. I'm gonna go feed you, I promise this time. Come on. Come on. Go. Haha, cats are so easy to trick. They're like little kids or something. Okay, so I also have Lure of the Untouched Lands. Where's the best way to do that? And I could gather into that sands, but that doesn't seem great. Okay, let's stack stuff up. I'll gather there. Just stack these guys over here. Alright, and then I also have Cleansing Drizzles. I have the second level of that, so I can gather an Explorer in Dahan and also gather a town in Dahan. But why do I want to do that? Let's see, I can do it in here just to stop that build. So yeah, well, I guess I can't actually. Interesting. Alright, well let's get that guy out of there. And one of those guys out. Okay, that's my turn. Take back all of these markers, of which I had a lot. Alright, discard all my cards. Oh, I should have paid for my Manifest Incarnation. There we go. And I think I'm going to be reclaiming again with those spirits. I'll have just enough energy for the Irresistible Call thing again. I have 2 fear cards at level 2. Yeah, so let's reclaim on Shimmering Traces of Madness. And I think I want to get to a level 3 Portal of Madness. This is going to be the last turn I have a slow power, so maybe I should do Manifest Incarnation, just to get a lot of fear. Yeah, I think that's what I gotta do. So I'm also going to go for 3 energy. I get 7 energy. Trying to rush fear, but I maybe made that pivot too late. What did I just do? There we go. Manifest Incarnation. Just so I can get the there we go. Twilight Fog brings Madness and confrontation with Terrible Infinities as well. So I'll have the kicker for Manifest Incarnation, second level of Portal of Madness. And I realized I should have had from place out of time, so I would know what the Madness is this turn. It's going to be in each land with tokens or adjacent to 3 or more tokens, defend 5. So that's good to know. So I know that going in. Fortunately, all the tokens here got removed. But I'll see what I can do. Yeah. Okay. And I've got a reclaim with Island's Tranquility as well. Okay. I think that's fine. Okay. I get 2 energy, which I think I did. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and play Irresistible Call again. And because I want to hit the kicker, I'm going to play Lure of the Untouched Lands and Call to Guard. So same turn I had last time. All my energy onto Irresistible Call. -6 damage. It's probably enough. Okay. Cool. Cool. I think I'm pretty good. Alright, so yeah, that's the play. So let me go into the fast phase. So fast powers here. I have Portal of Madness. Beset by many troubles, level 2. In each land with tokens, or adjacent 3 or more tokens, defend 5. So that's okay. That'll be good here. Yeah, so defended 5 and a bunch of lands. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to go ahead and use Irresistible Call with the kicker on this land here. So that's going to pull in all of these explorers. And hopefully I will get something that lets me kill them. And those. And this. And I have the kicker, so they're skipping all actions in that turn, in that land, this turn. Still gonna build something, but oh, and this guy. Okay, call the guard using here, so I have defend 6 in that land, and I also have Sun's Kisses at the highest level, so I can. Oh wait, nope, I still don't have 2 water. So the second level, so I can stop a build somewhere and stop a Ravage. So where are they building? I want them to build here, so that's fine. What's my range? 1. Okay. I'll stop the build here. Oh no, I need to stop the Ravage here. So. Oh no, I'm not skipping all. Well. 1 Cascade's fine, I guess. Maybe. Let's stop the build there. I don't have many turns left. We'll see if I can somehow win this game. So that's that. Yeah, that's about all I can do. Okay, so moving on to Shimmering Traces of Madness. I've already done Beset by Many Troubles, so Fast Power's done. Going to an event. I'm in Cultures Mix and Clash. On each board, if Dahan outnumber towns and cities by 2 or more, replace 1 town with 1 Dahan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So not 2 or more. This one, yeah, they definitely outnumber, so that's not great. Replacing 1 Dahan with 1 town. Okay. That's not great. On each board, in the way with most combined invaders plus Dahan, add 1 disease, 2 damage to Dahan. Annoying, but that's fine. Doubly annoying. Losing Dahan left and right. And then Offerings of Pattern Dance. Each spirit with at least 2 Dahan among its lands gains 1 energy. So each spirit gets 1 energy. And then 2 fear cards, tier level 2. Spreading Timidity. Each player chooses a different land to isolate, also defend 2 in those lands. Alright, well let's do that here. Stop that cascade. And I'll also isolate this land so that that cascade does not happen. We'll still Ravage, but no cascade. And then Plan for Departure. Each player may gather 1 explorer or town into a coastal land. Defend 4 in all coastal lands. Okay, cool. Let's go with... I'll just start pulling stuff in here, keep stacking that up. Alright. Go to a Ravage. They're going to Ravage in Sands. I'll resolve that first. So, nothing. Defended 2. They do 3 damage, so nothing. Empty, empty. And then I go Mountains. This does Ravage, but it's isolated, so the cascade does not happen. And then this one, skipping all actions. This one will lose its Strife. Nothing there. Build Jungles and Wetlands. So skipping builds there. Do build there. Nothing Nothing, nothing. And they just lose these diseases. Alright, last explore card. Build in sands and wetlands. Or explore in sands and wetlands. That's what I get for putting in the wrong space. Isolated, so it doesn't happen. Still happens. Still happens. Still happens. That one's not isolated this turn, so I do get 2 more. But that doesn't matter. Okay. Now, go to the slow phase. Okay, so let me go ahead and use Lure of the Unknown, of the Untouched Lands. It's range 0. Don't love that. No, I'll just hold these guys here, I guess. That's all I can do. Cleansing Drizzles. I've got Gather Town, range 1. I'll gather this guy in here, because I want more stuff. I can also gather an Explorer. I'll do that one. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and use Manifest Incarnation. So I have the kicker for it. It's going to be 6 fear. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 1 fear for each town, city, and my presence. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 3. Pushes me to Terror level 3, finally. Then invaders in target land Ravage. I do have the kicker, so it's an additional 3 fear. And the invaders are doing -6 damage on their Ravage. Oh, sorry. I also remove a couple things first. Remove a city, town, and invader. Explorer. And now they Ravage. They're doing -6 damage on their Ravage. Additionally, it's defended 1 per Dahan. And so they're doing -11 damage. So they're doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Actually, it was... when I used this, there were 6 Dahan there. So the defend gets applied at the time. So there are 6 defense, and additionally there's defend because of beset by many troubles. So there's defend 11, and they're doing -6 damage. They don't do any damage there, and then my Dahan will fight back and do 10 damage. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's 4 more fear. So somehow I've ended up 2 fear cards away from victory. Still probably too far, since this is my last slow phase, but we'll see what I can do. So I also have Confrontation with Terrible Infinities. I can add a Strife and 2 fear. So let's add a Strife. Yonder. And get the 2 fear. Also have Twilight Fog brings Madness. I'll just throw that up there just in case. And then I did Lure of the Untouched Lands, so I'm good. That's my turn. And I am 12 fear away from winning. If I can somehow do the 12 fear, don't know that I can. But I'll give it a shot. Don't really have anything that causes fear, so that's an issue. So let me reset these. I think I have to gain a power card with Shimmering Traces of Madness. Let's gain a major. I've got not enough fast things. Let's see. I've got Weave Together the Fabric of Place, which is pretty nice, but and I can hit the kicker for it. Let's take these markers back. So weave together the fabric of place. I've also got rapid wings of sunlight. Twisted flowers murmur ultimatums and draw toward the consuming void, which would be very nice, but it's too late for that. I can't hit the kicker on rapid wings of sunlight, but I have 5 Tahan here, so I can go ahead and move them somewhere. The problem is there's not really anywhere that's more useful. I guess right here. And that'd be 2 fear, not much. Or I can go for something that gives me a Terra level 3 effect. Okay, let's do that. So I'm going to pick Weave Together the Fabric of Place. I'll forget something from discard. I'll just forget Manifest Incarnation, because I'm not going to get to play it again. And I've got to add a presence from top for this to work. Still 1 short. Hello.
Hi, did you feed the cats?
I did not.
Okay.
Sorry.
Are you on the same game?
Yes. What's more important, a kicker on Weave Together the Fabric of Place, or Terra level 3 effect from Madness? Oh, I would have been able to see what the... I had 3 sun, so I would have been able to see what the Madness card is. Sense of Dread. On each board, remove 1 Invader from land matching a Ravage card. Okay. So I would know that that's coming. Problem is, I'm not going to be able to remove enough cities, I don't think. We'll see what happens. Maybe I can. Okay. So yeah, I am going from top. I want to hit the kicker for Weave Together the Fabric of Place. I'll throw this presence somewhere. Doesn't really matter at this point, I don't think. It's 1 range from a sacred site. Okay. For this turn. I can skip Ravages. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll throw this guy up here. I get 4 energy, and I'm playing Fractured Minds, draw out Violence, and Lure of the Unknown. Okay. I don't have the energy to do my kickered Irresistible Call this turn, but that's fine. Do need... No, it's not going to be worth getting a new card, I don't think. Well, if I can get some fear in the fast phase, so let's reclaim and get a power card. I'll get a minor because I'm not going to have energy for anything else, I don't think. Let's see, I have 4 energy. I'll shoot for a major. It's the last turn, so gotta shoot my shot. I have Walls of Rock and Thorn, it's not bad. Flow like water, reach like air is good. Blazing Renewal, and Winds of Rust and Atrophy. Let's go for Walls of Rock and Thorn. And I'll just forget Irresistible Call. It was great, but not using it again. And I'm going to gain 2 energy. And all of my energy is going to go to the Walls of Rock and Thorn. And I'll also play Call to Guard and Lure of the Untouched Lands. So you guys can actually see those. Alright, and let's see how much fear I can get. So, fast powers. First of all, let's go ahead and weave together the Fabric of Place with the kicker. So with that kicker, I'm going to use it on this land and this land. So target land and a land adjacent to it become a single land for this turn. So these are a single land. It is isolated. I get 2 fear. And I remove up to 2 invaders. So I'm going to remove the 2 cities. Okay, then I have Walls of Rock and Thorn with the kicker. So it's going to be 4 damage, 10 defend, add a wilds, and isolate target land. So let's go ahead. Let's see, Call to Guard is going here just to defend that, so that's fine. And I'll use Walls of Rock and Thorn here, so it does 4 damage. That's me a fear card. It's defended 8, and I add a Badlands and a Wilds. Okay. I have the highest level of Sun's Kisses, so I'm going to go ahead and target this combined land and skip all actions there. And Portal of Madness. Each player removes 1 explorer or town from a land matching a Ravage card. I can also gather. Doesn't really matter though, so I'm not going to. Okay, so that's that. So I'm 8 fear away from victory. I do have 4 level 3 terror level 3 cards, and there's only 1 city left on the board. So close. Maybe I'll be able to use a slow power fast. Okay. So the land's bounty exhausted. And lands without presence, it takes only 1 damage to add blight. Doesn't matter. Grim Toll on each board. Well, kind of matters here. Grim Toll on each board, choose a land with disease. In that land, 2 damage to invaders and 2 damage to Dahan. I don't think I have disease. Well, right here. So, kill that town. That's 1 fear. 7 fear away. Tell the old stories. Each spirit with at least 2 Dahan among its lands either reclaims 1 power card or regains a unique power that it previously forgot. Sure. I think both spirits fall into that. So I'll just reclaim some cards. Okay. Alright. Let's see what I get. So, first fear card, Dahan Raid. Each player chooses a different land with Dahan, 2 damage per Dahan there. So first, this one. Second, this one. And that's, we'll stop those. So. Okay. Overseas trade seems safer. Defend 9 in all coastal lands, and invaders do not build in coastal lands this turn. Retreat. Each player may push up to 3. Each player may push any number of towns and explorers from one land. Fear of the Unseen. Each player removes 1 town or explorer from a land with presence or 1 city from a land with sacred site. So if I had a sacred site there, I could have removed it. Alright. Well, remove that. And that's it. Ravage. So skipping all actions here, don't have to worry about that. Combined Ravage. No Ravage, no Ravage, no Ravage, no Ravage, no Ravage. These will all die. Alright, build in sands and wetlands. Alright, and then I have no new card to draw, so I lose by time. I just waited too long to go into Fear this game. Otherwise, I think I would have been okay. I do like these spirits. They're pretty neat. Especially Shimmering Traces of Madness, I think. That's a really cool design. I do like Island Tranquility. I'm going to go ahead and leave my thoughts on Reddit. It's not bad. It feels a little on the weaker side, but that could have just been how I was playing, and because I'm not particularly good with isolate cards. So let me go ahead and score this up and see how I did. I'll have to add these spirits on. I don't think I have them set yet, but I'll just type them in for now. The day was the 23rd. 2 players was not a win. Brandenburg-Prussia 4, so close, just not quite there. Took me a while, I think maybe about 2 hours, but that's fine. Alright, and let's see, I was Island Tranquility. Let me take there. Nope. Okay, I'll have to fix that later. Island Tranquility was on board F. And Shimmering Traces of Madness on board B. Alright, and as for my score here, cards left was 0, so that's not going to be great. Dahan left, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Unfortunately, events kind of killed one of my Dahan towards the end. And I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Blade. Oof, ouch. Okay. So really bad score, 13 points. Terrible. Tear level was 3. Occupied lands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only have 5 lands with stuff in it. 3, 4, 5. $34 health worth of invaders left. Okay. Alright. So this game, I got too cute with trying to do control. The control was very good. As you can see, I mean, this board only has 1 thing left. 1 explorer. So as far as control, these spirits are pretty good. Problem is that you need some sort of plan. And just control isn't enough. I should have gone into heavy fear generation faster than I did. Even just 1 turn earlier with that Manifest Incarnation, and I would have had enough fear for the win. So, getting too cute with trying to just kind of control everything when I should have been doing more fear. I kind of overestimated how much fear I was going to generate with the regular abilities from the spirit, which is cool. It's a good design. You get the fear cards, which don't really give you fear; they give you control. So that's why I'd say the spirit's much more a control spirit than a fear spirit. And I'm sure if I actually looked at the summary, it would say the same thing. So that's nice, but fortunately it led to a loss. As far as Island Tranquility Soothes the Soul, I think the Isolates are cool. It's got really good control. Its control is fantastic. The ability to stop Ravages, stop builds, stop everything, plus gathers and isolates. Its control is great. I think it's a little tricky to actually get power cards and energy, which is probably by design. And that's okay. Even the card that gives energy, it's 1 energy per every 2 Dahan in target land. I'm probably going to try to set up a lane with 6 Dahan earlier than I did to try to get 3 energy from that. But yeah, it was a little tricky. I had energy just because I was playing super cheap cards. That's how I was able to play Irresistible Call twice with the kicker. And of course I had the Numinous Crisis that gave me 3 energy. Yeah, so 2 control spirits. Stuff to play with just 2 control spirits. That's not really what I'm great at. I realized this was off. I wonder how long that was the case. Oops. It was probably a cat bumping it. So yeah, that was Shimmering Traces of Madness, community-made spirit, as well as Island Tranquility Soothes the Soul, another community-made spirit. If you enjoyed this, let me know. I'll keep playing more community-made spirits. They're pretty neat. Some people have super creative ideas, and it gives me ideas for my own, but I'm not that creative, so I'm not great at it. But thank you for watching. Have a great day, everyone.